Finally got my hands on an AK-74. Yes, and we're going to take a couple shots here. I thought I'd start out at 230 yards trying to hit the small plate over there, even with the stock sights. Was able to hit it a couple times just messing around here, so we'll see if we can do it on camera. All right. All right. I love that sound. Oop, don't like that sound. I'll take it. I'll tell you what. The stock sights, again, with my astigmatism, I don't get a really clear sight picture, but I'll take that because I'm not the best rifleman in the world, that's for sure. So let's walk down to the shooting table and play some more with this. It is an AK-74 and shoots that little round that's more like a 5.56 by 45, but it's actually, what, a 5.45 by 39. And that's what the AK-74 shoots. And you know, people over the last year or two, as they see me out with my AK, my arsenal, they'll make comments, hey, that's an AK-74, it's not an AK-47. It's because of the muzzle brake I have on it. I do have the AK-74 style muzzle brake on my arsenal, as you saw over there. And yeah, I mean, it came on it. You know, I didn't put it on there to try to be a AK-74 wannabe or anything. So we're hot. Maybe I ought to take a few shots close range here before I do too much messing around. But this is one that is made by, you know, offered by Century Arms. It has the Nodak Spud receiver, and I understand they're fairly common, and some of them are really nice. This one seems tight and seems well made. From what I gather, you just need to kind of check them out and make sure they're made well and the rivets are tight, and then they're as good as almost anything else if you get a good one. Now, I have fired it a little bit here, and I kind of like it. It's growing on me. You know, even though it's a little bullet, it's kind of like the 223, the 5.56. But I can see why it's so attractive, why so many people like it. So let's just take a few more shots while it's hot, then we'll gab a little bit more with it. All right. Now, I had raised that sight a little bit for the 230 yards. Let me see where I need to hold over here at about 75. Have my safety off? Yeah, good idea. Pop it off. Let's slow down and see if we can bear down on those bowling pins over there. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take that. Well, now I'm having my summer problem. My glasses fogging up. So that is that's interesting. That's a nice piece of hardware. It has a Tapco trigger in it. And if you recall, the Wasser we had since traded or sold, it had a Tapco trigger. And I don't know about other Tapco products, but man, they make a trigger. That is a nice trigger. It has a nice brake. I wish I had it in my arsenal, to tell you the truth. I guess you know, the people that make those might not want to hear me say that, but that is a sweet trigger. Let's go ahead and empty it, or take the mag out rather. Take a look at some of that. Get that round out of there. And there's the, there it is. You know, I'm still kind of a traditionalist, you know. It still looks funny to me. There's two of them together there. So we got some of these little bullet action here. If you look at cartridge, the first two there are the 5.45 by 39. And then you see the 223, the 5.56 there, has a longer case. Then you got the 7.62 by 39 next to the big boy, the 308 or 7.62 by 51 rather. Yeah, so we got the big 308, 7.62 there, and then you got the AK-47. Then you got the little guys that shoot the 55 and 60 grain bullets generally in that vicinity. So now all the differences between the 5.56 and this round, other than just a little bit of difference in size, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in it. I think from what the little I've read, there is some difference. Of course, from what I've read, the 5.45 doesn't have quite as much pressure, and I'm thinking it doesn't have quite the velocity, but it's a high velocity round. From what I've read, when we went to the 5.56 and during the Vietnam War, mid-60s, that the Russians who were involved with the North Vietnamese, you know, they were noticing and the AR-15s, the M16s in that round, and the effects of it and whatever advantages there were to it, they decided to start, you know, doing some research and building this gun, the AK-47. They liked that round, that lighter round, high velocity round, and voila, up comes the AK-74 with a round similar to our 5.56. So I know it's kind of wild, you know. There's so many schools of thought. You know, a lot of people, even military people, they want to get rid of it and get with a bigger round. They'd rather shoot the AK round, you know, or I always call it the AK round, but the 7.62 by 39, you know. And then you got people who'd rather have the small round. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. I think most people would agree with that. And one of the advantages is, of course, the light little round. You can carry a lot of ammunition, you know, with that. You can carry many more of those easily, a lot lighter than you can, you know, a whatever 125 or 140 grain bullet. So anyway, and it can be a devastating round, no doubt about it, very effective. So I'll leave that to you guys to decide what you like better.